Okay, another video here on finances. Um, and I am 50 and I am not retiring, but I'm thinking about retirement a lot lately. So I watch all these finance people online. There's a couple I really like. They do get repetitive and say pretty much the same thing. You know, work early in a sense, save early, don't spend more than you make, work longer, and yeah, that's pretty much what they say. Watch your budgets, don't spend too much, kind of like what I just said. But we all make choices in life, and you got to enjoy life, of course, too. But that's quite the excuse for some people. So to the point of this video, as I was thinking, I'm sitting in my 66 Mustang. Now, I bought this 22 years ago, about that. So it was the week we found out we were going to have our first daughter. And I'm like, that was quite the conversation with the wife. It was a local car, no rust, always wanted a Mustang. One of the first year or two, and it was a good price for what it was. But again, we didn't have much money, if any money. We were both working professionals at that point. And but yeah, it was still an expense. So was it a good choice? So going back to the whole finances thing, watching these finance people, well, you don't need this, you don't need that, well, do this. Well, this was a decision we made, and I've had this car for 22 years now. It's given a lot of pleasure. It's done weddings. My girls have loved it, from school dances, this and that. Low maintenance on this. This is an inline 6-cylinder, so pretty strong engine, extremely reliable. So of course you pay the insurance on the car, and very few things done to it. So it's given a lot of joy. And what I kept in mind too is anything you do in life, this was my choice, or my viewpoint. Can you get money back out of it? So Mustangs, fairly easy to sell if they're in good shape, right? Some disagreements, whatever, but it's the poor man's collectible, as I call it. So you evaluate, what the vehicle is, and how good a shape, if it's a good deal. Anyway, so if we need money, if we don't want this car, I have no problem selling it, more than likely. I've had offers, this and that. But it was a decision. Was it the best decision? Now it's easy to think, yeah, it was a decent decision, because I'll get out of it what I put into it, maybe, with the insurance through the years. But I got so much use out of it, enjoyment out of it, as well as others getting enjoyment out of it, that offsets that conversation we had on the bed when I said I found this car locally, and I know we just found out our Ashley's coming. But yeah, then throughout life, now we're in our 50s. Wife's a little older than I am. We bought a few things, we've gone on better trips, but yeah, in the beginning, not many trips. If there were trips, it was cheap trips. It was $30 hotel rooms, $40 hotel rooms, I don't know, $49 hotel rooms when we go up to Mackinac. It was always a cheap weekend to go up to Mackinac Island. As I've said before, I'm in Michigan, a swing state, so kind of neutral. So I like saying that, but kind of neutral, so because I go off on politics a little bit, got to be careful there. But going out to dinner, which wasn't often, we never would get drinks. I definitely wouldn't get drinks. I'd always wait for the wife to order her food first, and I would order based on what she ordered. She caught on to that years later. It was kind of a funny moment. But I would order the cheapest thing I could, and because she would generally do better, which, hey, that's good. But it was my choice to say, yeah, I'll get the chicken, even on special occasions. So yeah, and to this day, I still won't order drinks in a restaurant, or very rarely, because they're just too much. Of course, everything's too much nowadays. But yeah, and water's better for you. Anything but water is considered dirty water. So I focus on health. I'm in the medical profession. And so to me, you win both ways. Okay. Everything's up now. We're looking at retirement. I mean, we're kind of young, but we've done our, 30-year stint almost. Stressful many times, especially for me. More so in the beginning, the first half of my career. So now we're just thinking, can we retire? Two of them are in college, doing well, working hard to get what they get, and we save to help them, but college costs are ridiculous. I mean, community college is still good, but still a lot more than when I went initially for my first degree, and I was able to work and pay for it. But now they're just way up there and stuff, so it's just ridiculous. But food and gas prices, would we hit somewhere around an 8% inflation number? Now it's down, and I love how they preach, oh well, it's come down. Well, prices are still up. The wife came home yesterday, and we were gonna have tacos, and she was gonna buy Doritos, and she's like, Jim, it's like $7 a bag. I said, yeah. She's like, I couldn't do it. I was proud of her, so I said, yeah, we've had to cut back, even though we're okay now, but we want to continue to be okay, and we're okay because we've made good decisions. I mean, even this, I go back to, well, maybe it wasn't the best decision back then in the moment, but you know what, it's okay. So but yeah, I brought up in another video, lettuce over twice as much, this and that, everything's quite up there. But it's pretty funny when the wife said, $7 for a bag of Doritos. They said, yeah, then we don't buy the Doritos, so we buy the regular corn chips on sale, which sales aren't really there much and stuff. So yeah, so we're working on retiring, but healthcare is going to be the biggest thing. So the premiums, the deductibles, the out-of-pocket, especially if you're retiring early, which we'd kind of like to do, I'm going to say in the next 5 years. And retirement's just I don't want to say a BS word or a gray word, but what's retirement? So does that mean when you actually stop fully? Does it mean when you're at your full retirement age per the government, Social Security? Does it mean 65 when you can get Medicare to help with medical, or is it 59 to where you can start pulling out of a retirement fund if you have one without penalty? So what will more than likely happen, I'll just continue to work part-time, which I can in my profession somewhere. Probably not make as much, but to continue to have insurance and pay the basic bills. And we're at a point where we really don't owe anything. Like I said, that's from not buying drinks all the time. Well, now the wife buys her chai tea once a week or something or other, and that kind of kills me. Sorry, no, I'm just kidding. A couple times a week, I'm like, yeah. The daughter figured it out recently, the youngest one, who's still at home this year, that I can't go to Starbucks. I can't be doing that kind of, the clicky thing with all the kids. She's like, it's $5 or $10, whatever it is, a coffee. I can get coffee here for $1 or $2. So I'm like, proud of you, girl. I said, enjoy life, but all that adds up. So it's kind of neat when she came to that realization. Whoa. So so anyway, point being, yeah, I'll just continue to work, and part-time probably at that point. Easy for me to say. Views might change in 2 to 5 years, which is what I'm thinking. We're saving a ton now. We got to pull back. I do spend a decent amount toys and collectibles, but I'm always thinking, what can I get back out of them? So I know that takes away a little of the fun, but I have them. I have fun. The wife likes to travel, and she's done trips and more so, and I'm old and better now, where I'm like, yeah, I know memories and all this stuff, but she likes to travel, but we don't get that money back. I mean, I know a lot of people say, hey, it's not that. I say, no, but it's not bad for me to kind of look that way, like, hey, I got this, I got that, or whatever, and I can get money back out of it, hopefully equal, if not more, which I've made money on some toy collections I've sold, and I flipped 2 or 3 cars that I enjoyed, that were unique and cheap, and I kind of messed with them and flipped them, a couple hundred or 1,000 in each one, but I got enjoyment out of it. So to each your own. So the wife and I are, working out our differences, which we've always kind of worked through, politics too, because we differ there, which is okay. So yeah. So to those of you thinking of retiring, you watch these other YouTubers, that talk about, oh, can you retire? They don't mention healthcare too often, or they don't go into it, which is a huge stinking cost, okay? But they talk about, work one more year, or, oh, don't work one more year because your life's precious. Of course, I see where life kind of heads for a lot of people. And no, a lot of us don't make it to our 90s. We don't make it to our mid 80s healthy enough to enjoy things, this and that. So of course that weighs on my mind. So we just cut back on things, still enjoy life, but make smart decisions, Everybody wants iPhones and the newest car, and thinks it's fine, and I don't. I mean, look at the old car I drive. So, just kidding. But yeah, we're splurging a little bit more because we have saved a lot. So the wife started saving 15% right out of college 30 years ago. Her dad, just a beautiful man, and her mom also, but he said, just put it away. So when we met, she was in debt on credit cards a little bit, and she traveled as a traveling worker in the medical profession. And so she had a little debt, but and no savings, which is fine. It was just a 3-year stint when we met, and then I busted and didn't save a lot in the beginning just to help pay for the new house and the cars and bills, and then kids came along and this and that, and I saved. I mean, my dad told, you save, but I did, but I made sure we paid for things more so I could have done it better. I could have done it like her, but with her saving so much, okay, I'm gonna focus on the bills and stuff. The whole Dave Ramsey thing. Don't, I shouldn't say this, but don't listen to Dave Ramsey for retirement advice on your stocks and all that. But as far as paying bills and cutting back and all that basic stuff, but then he talks about taking out a ton of money in your retirement because the stock market returns a ton. Oh, I'm going to go off on that, but we don't have millions, let alone billions of dollars, but we'll say millions of dollars to buffer the bad years, which are going to happen, like 2008, 2018. Everything goes down. The common folk, we don't have that buffer to feel secure. So anyway, yeah, Dave's great for a lot of people, especially like up into the retirement thing, or just pay off your debts, cut back here and there. So I think we've done okay. Like I said, proud of the wife, of course, saving that much, and I've really kicked it into gear for quite a few years now, but so not as much, but I'll bring home more. So it's that fine balance, excuse me, if you're in a relationship. So yeah, so in your 50s you can retire, be smart about it, of course, love your family, do good by your neighbors and stuff, but if you can do it and enjoy life, all power to you. Like I said, it always comes back to the whole medical care stuff, insurance, and the wife and I know about it. We don't have great insurance, I'll just put it that way. I can't say it's terrible, but I talked to my brother who's a teacher. There's like no comparison. It's funny, you can compare everything. No, it almost seems like no comparison. And they can retire at 30 years and have basically a pension. We don't have that. And then friends of mine, other fellow associates, and their husbands, police officers. So police officers, teachers, government officials, to supplement that health care, is huge. And so that's the pitfall, and I don't know if the country's ever going to do better on that. I mean, I lean right pretty decent and stuff, but they need to fix problems instead of like band-aid them, you know. We can't just pay out money to, well, let's say colleges and houses and small businesses and healthcare, but not fix the problem on why they're so high. You know, like colleges, going back to that. So it's increased hugely. Oh, let's just pay for people's college and stuff, and the top 1% will cover that. Like I said, that's going politics wise, but so good luck to all you guys out there working hard, earning your keep. I mean, it's not easy sometimes, and saving and making so-called sacrifices, but don't let everything pass you by. So it can be a runaway train on both sides. So anyway, enjoy my Mustang, which I might actually sell this next year. I wanted to get through the last kid in high school. She wants, well, the kids want me to keep the Mustang and the other Mustang I have. But yeah, is it a good choice to sell it? Don't really need to, but then again, there's some money to be ready for healthcare coverage or retirement stuff. It's definitely not a need, it's a want, and it's still fun to enjoy here. So, and people enjoy it. So we'll see. It's just all the thoughts of going into retirement and how do we do better, and our work is work. I mean, pay's not going up that much. It hasn't. Definitely it didn't keep up with inflation, no matter what the government or the one side says. So, but we don't complain about our pay. We get paid and we do good by our community. And yeah, now I'm going blank, so I've rambled on. It's too long, but good luck to you guys in planning for retirement, a safe and happy retirement. Cheers.